Should we dap up and sit down?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, they're not gonna get the dap.
It's alright, it's alright. Look at it. Oh my gosh! That was, of course I had to act like that. We already do it.
Clean.
That was the cleanest dap of all time.
What's up, guys? My name's Danny. I'm here with Ecomgom. Unfortunately, I've been stuck with living with this kid for the past 2 years, so I know him already. But why don't you introduce yourself to the people who haven't seen you before? Tell them what you do and what you're about.
Yeah. So my name's Nick Gomez. I'm a 21-year-old college student. You guys probably know me as Ecomgom. I started posting on TikTok like probably 2 or 3 months ago, and now I'm on YouTube. Basically, I'm just a former broke, degenerate college student.
Current degenerate as well.
Current degenerate as well. But now I'm a little less broke. So, yeah, I do branded dropshipping. If you don't know, that's the method in 2025. Yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome, awesome. So, when exactly did you get into this branding dropshipping? When did you originally get into e-commerce, and why do you think that you can make money in it in the first place?
So, I got into e-commerce about 4 years ago. Obviously, everyone sees these like drop shippers and people online making insane amounts of money, but so obviously I had to give it a try. And my first store, honestly, was a flop.
Yeah.
I started it while we were living in the same house in college, and you know, I'm not gonna say it was a failure, but it definitely wasn't a success.
I mean, I got a free paddle out of it, so it was a success
Yeah.
for me. But
But I honestly learned so much from it, so I'm definitely grateful. Cause like, you know, me and Darren were like putting in work. You know, that was really like my first e-commerce store. I kind of went about a lot of things wrong, but I learned so much like throughout the process. I'm super grateful for it. I wouldn't be where I am today without that failure. So I always say, scary money doesn't make money. So take risks.
So, I mean, I know you said that your first store didn't go as planned. You kind of took it more of like a learning experience than a profitable experience. But at the end of the day, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Clearly worked out in the long run. So, how long did it actually take you to have your first successful store when it comes to this?
My first successful store, so it wasn't the one after my first store. It was 2 stores after that I actually started seeing profits. And I was very early to this product that is now very saturated, and it kind of just blew up. And that was the first time I really saw that it works and you could actually make money from it.
Cool. I mean, how did you end up finding that first winner? How do you pick your products, and what kind of sticks out to you? What catches your eye when you're looking for products?
Yeah. So I have definitely a couple of methods when I'm doing product research. First of all, you know, people talk about product research, and obviously it's important, but the big thing I look at is market research. So, you know, there's this example that one of my favorite YouTubers gave out. Shout out Mark Bill's Brands. But you know, if you have 2 hot dog stands in New York, and like one hot dog stand has like really really good hot dogs, you know what I mean? Like it's like way better than the other one. But the other one is just in a location where people are like starving to death. You know what I mean? Obviously, that second one is gonna do better just because of like the market it's in.
Yep.
So like, market research is super important. I started picking products that were in the health and wellness niche is really good. Beauty is really big, and I started really putting myself in the mind of a buyer instead of a seller, and I started looking for products that either solve an insecurity or solve a real life problem. Because at the end of the day, when people are buying online, they're buying to either make themselves feel better or make themselves look better. You know what I mean? So like that's the case with a lot of impulse buys, and you can't underestimate how much people will spend online. Like a lot of these people with jobs, like they just double tap their phone and they'll buy something for $100 if they think it's gonna make them feel better or look better. So at the end of the day, yeah, that's really how I look for products. And you know, there's different ways to go about it. You know, obviously you have Calidata, which is software that basically shows you all the products on the TikTok shop, all the revenue they're doing, all the video ads. You know, that's a great tool to use, but I don't necessarily pull right from there just because it's kind of a little outdated and super saturated. Like everyone's using that. So I do have like an account, like a buyer account that I use, and I'll kind of just like, I've trained it as a buyer. So like when I hop on there, I'll scroll and I'll see a bunch of like products, AI You could use AI. You know, if you're not using AI in 2025, kill yourself. Can I say that? Am I
We'll
gonna,
just bleep it out.
no, I think we're gonna leave it. But like, is YouTube? We'll figure that out. But yeah. So that's kind of a little bit how I do my product and market research.
I mean, everyone that's seen your account has seen the infamous McDonald's picture from when you were like 11 years old.
Yep.
So we know you've worked there. But other than that, what other jobs have you had before this?
Yeah, I mean, bro, I've worked every single job in the book. Like the day I turned 14 or 15, whenever the legal age is to work, it's 15, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. The day I turned 15, there's a McDonald's like right down my house. I walked there. I applied for a job. I started working there. I was actually 4'10", 105 pounds. People would come up to me at the cash register and be like, "There's no way. Like, it has to be illegal. This has to be like child slavery. Like, there's no way you're allowed to work." And I would just be like, "Yo, I'm trying to chase a bag." Like,
Trying to make it out the mud.
yeah, like my goal when I was 15, like I knew when I turned 17, I wanted to buy a car, and like my parents weren't gonna, my parents do great. Like they definitely do everything for me, but like they weren't in a situation that they were gonna be able to buy me a car as like a 17-year-old, like a lot of my friends. So I really wanted to, be able to buy my own first car. So I was working at McDonald's all the time. I worked every other job in the book. I did construction, landscaping, power washing, mulching. I was a server at a country club. I was a waiter, at different restaurants. I was a bartender in college. I was a bouncer. I've literally worked every single type of job. I worked corporate jobs, like internships, all that stuff. And I think that working those jobs is very important because it made me realize I can't do this for fucking rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I hear you.
until you fucking mulch a 20-yard house, like, yo, when you do
buy
that,
too much mulch,
bro, yo, when you start doing like landscaping or construction or something, and you actually do that, and you're looking at like these workers that are like 40, 50 years old, and you're like, bro, you are a tank. Like, how have you been doing this for that long? I have so much respect for them because like I was a fucking 20-year-old kid, and like I'm doing this, and it's like gruesome on my back. Like, how are they doing it at 45 years old? Like, so like all credit to them, but it's just like I could not do that. I couldn't see myself doing that for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I was like, there has to be a way out, and like I kind of just I worked those jobs. I bought my first car for like $1,000. It was like we called it the Honda Poop. It was trapped out car. It was like an all black Honda Accord. Tinted the windows, blacked out the rims. It broke in like a fucking month. But yeah, those are like, it was very valuable for me to learn that I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And the only way to get rich, like you're not gonna get rich working for someone else. Like I'm not shitting on the 9 to 5. Like some people want that safety and want that 9 to 5 life, but like for entry level jobs out of college, like you have to grind to get up to like those high paying jobs. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be getting paid well right out of college and you're not really gonna get rich at a young age by working for someone else. Like if you want to get rich at a young age, you have to start something up. It just has to happen.
You just gotta take the risk while you can.
Yeah, and it is risky because like 9 to 5, there's way more like longevity and like safety down the road. But like if you do take that risk, it can pay off. Like look at me.
What are 3 mistakes that you would say like killed your stores early on when you first started up?
I would definitely say number 1, product research, picking a low ticket product. Like a lot of people have a misconception, and it's due to these 15-year-old, 16-year-old dropshipping gurus telling you that like if you pick a product that's cheap, like 10, 20 bucks, you can just sell a lot of it and like people are going to impulsively buy. That is not the case, because if you sell a product that's like cheap, and you're running paid ads. Now say you sell a product that's $20 and you get it for $5. Now your cost per acquisition, the cost to acquire a customer while running paid ads, has to be $15 or less, or else you're just not going to be profitable. And that's pretty hard on Meta unless you're like super dialed in and have really, really good creatives and a good offer. But so yeah, I was picking products that were too cheap to like sell, and like you can't dropship with these cheap products. So like the whole thing about branded dropshipping is finding a product and building a brand around it, and really, kind of getting away from that dropshipping. Like in the beginning, it's good to test, but as soon as you see that you have a winner, you kind of want to get away from dropshipping. Start getting inventory. It'll lower your cost of goods sold and your shipping time, and overall, it just got better exit potential.
Once you find that winning product, like how long do you stick with it? Do you just like run the well dry? Like do you just run it out until It's just not selling anymore. You switch
Yeah.
up your products. How do you do?
I mean, it's definitely dependent on the product. Once I have a winner, I try to stick with it until I can eventually, build it big enough to where like I'm just passively making income every day from it. Or you try to exit it. You try to sell. Which in the past I've sold e-commerce stores on. You can sell them on Flippa, uh, Acquire.com. Like you could sell your e-commerce store for 3 to 5 to 10 times what it's doing in monthly profit. So a lot of people don't even have that vision when it comes to drop shipping. Like your goal should be able to make a profitable store, have it pay you passively, and then eventually exit it. Sell it.
A lot of people say that drop shipping is dead nowadays and that's oversaturated. What do you think about that when people are saying that?
Well, a lot of the time it's just like the 15-year-old saying that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That
just haven't
don't
tested
e-
anything
Yeah,
out.
they don't even do it, and like they make their money from their course or like their mentorship or whatever. It's like half these guys, you got to be careful because half the guys in this space don't even actually know what they're doing. They're trying to sell you, like, they're the product, and they're trying to sell you so they can, you could buy their course, their mentorship. Half of them don't even have stores or have never even had a profitable store. So you got to be careful which content you consume, because yeah, a lot of these guys are scammers. So no, I don't think dropshipping is saturated whatsoever. It's been around for a long time, and it's not going anywhere. It's just a method that's used to test products quickly. So if you do it correctly and you have half a brain and you're not listening to these 15-year-olds, then you're gonna be able to make money. This isn't going anywhere. And if I'm a testament, if I could do it in 2025 from my college dorm and frat house, there's no way you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, so if you do it correctly, consume the right content, do it strategically, then dropshipping is not dead. And I actually love when people say that because it just fucking slims out the competition.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
Less competition right there. What are your thoughts on all these like people you see on TikTok in their Miami penthouses renting cars and stuff, like trying to sell courses to people?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that? Oh, like they just try to
Yeah.
flex on
Don't
everyone.
buy their course online. They give dropshipping, they give e-commerce, they give trading, they give all these ways to make money a bad rep because half of them, like I said, don't actually do it, and they're just renting a Lambo, slapping a fake watch on the wrist, flexing it, just to sell the lifestyle to kids, which is unfortunate because they're selling a lifestyle to kids who are looking for like a role model and a way to become successful, and it's just not true. Like dropshipping isn't a get rich quick scheme. Yes, you can get rich when you do it correctly, but like it comes with some trial and error, and that's why I started making content to help people because I never had like a mentor when I started, and I burned so much money on ads, on losing products, and like now I'm just trying to help people out so they don't make the same mistakes I did. And I have a private Discord right now full of kids who are I never guarantee any of them success or a certain amount of money, but what I do tell them is like I'm gonna give you the blueprint that worked for me, and it's working for all of them. You know what I mean? Shout out Will. There's an 18-year-old in my Ecom Insiders private group who he came to me. He had never gotten a sale, and within the second week he had done $4,500 in profit. The kid hadn't even graduated
Profit?
in profit.
Jesus.
He did 7 or 8 grand in sales his first week, and then 4,500 in profit in the 2 weeks, and he didn't even graduate high school yet.
Once you first started making some serious money, like yourself, like what was the first thing you did? First thing you bought, invested in, like?
Yeah, well,
You kind of play it safe, or?
no, I lost 15 grand. Like, I mean, you know how I am, like, and I think it was like the first. So, like I said, I've always been a degenerate, but I just used to be a broke degenerate. So now that I got a little bit of money, I literally had no idea how to act. I remember it was the first weekend I went to AC with my boys, Atlantic City. Went to the casino, and like I'd gone to the casino a million times, but
Not
like
with
I
that kind
said,
of money.
I've gone to the casino with no money. So now I had a little bit of money, and the first time I went, it was not good. Like within the first 10 minutes, I think I lost $1,000, and it was like the problem with dropshipping and making money online is it skewed my perception of money so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like $1,000 is like it's nothing. You know what I mean? But really, that's a lot of money. They took all of my money. I ended up going down like 15 grand that weekend.
Solid.
Yeah, it took a nice time. So yeah, I did nothing good with any of my money. I put some back into my stores. Like I haven't bought a car yet. I plan on definitely buying a car at the end of college because I don't want to bring a nice car to my college town. But yeah, I'm not really super materialistic. I definitely want to keep gambling. So that's all I really need.
I mean, the fact that you said you went down 15 grand and like, I mean, I'm sure you were sweating it a little bit, but
Felt
just
terrible.
knowing that you have like the security of like your stores in the back of your head to just like refund that and like,
Yeah.
oh, like yeah, it sucks for now, but like because you took the risk and invested in them, like you will make that money back in not no time, but
Yeah, no, it was not like that at
yeah.
all. It was not chill at all. I was super pissed that I lost the 15 grand. I don't care how much money I make. You lose 15 grand in the
Yeah, it's
casino, you're
15.
not happy. Like, I was actually fucking pissed. That was still a large amount of money. Um, I was super not happy about it. I'm praying my mom isn't watching this.
15 grand, I think, is how much my tuition was last
Dude,
semester.
Mom, if you're
You lost
watching
that in
this,
an hour.
we're just joking. I'm just joking,
Just for
Mom.
content,
Come
Mom.
on. We're just playing around for the viewers.
So, we know how your parents would react to you losing 15 grand, but how did they actually react to you making your first 100 grand from this?
Yeah, I think they still think I'm a loser. I remember when I first told my mom, like, I went home for break and I told my mom, I was like, listen, Mom, like, I got us. She was like, Nick, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I told her, like, don't worry, I got us. Like, I made a decent amount of money this month, Mom. She was like, how much? And I was like, I made like 30 grand. And she was like, I don't believe you.
Does she still make you take the trash out?
Yeah, yeah.
We know you're in college. With that being said, do you think college is a scam considering you just made 100 grand from your laptop and probably with that being said are never going to use your degree now?
Yeah, I actually don't think college is a scam. I've said this online before. Even though I made a lot of money without my degree in a short period of time, I really don't think college is a scam. Just because, like, number one, you being away from your, like, home environment and setting and, like, going and living off on your own teaches you so much about yourself. You know what I mean? It teaches you how to live independently and, like, you grow so much as a person. You make such, you make such good connections with people. Like, your network is just like so much bigger after you've gone to college.
You can't trade that for anything.
Yeah, you
really.
can't. Like, the memories, bro. Like, think about all like the fucking nights we've gone out, blacked out, done like stupid shit. Like, you can't like you can't put a price tag on any of that
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like at the end of the day, like, I could become a millionaire and like I still wouldn't trade my college memories.
Yeah.
You know what I
Even
mean?
if it is a scam, that's a scam I'm willing to
Yeah,
fall
it's
for
like the
at
people
end
who
of the
say
day.
that college
So,
is a scam are just losers who didn't do it right. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, college is awesome. You learn a lot, and like, just because you might not, just because education isn't for you, doesn't mean it's a scam. And I have plenty of friends who have not gone to college and do very well for themselves. They either go into a trade or they just start, they start working right out of high school, and that is the move for some people. Not everyone's the same. Not everyone can sit in a classroom and learn. But like,
can't just hand them a packet, yo.
you can't just hand them a friggin' packet, yo. Some kids don't learn like that. College is not a scam,
Definitely agree
and
with that.
like, you can crack freshmen and shit. So freshman dorms. Hey, we might have to crop
Yeah.
that out. Yeah, that can't go in there.
What's one piece of advice you would give to young kids out there that are just kind of starting to get into branded dropshipping, considering dabbling in it a little bit? Like, what would you say to them right now?
I would tell them to consume content from good creators. Stop listening to these Miami penthouse kids who have no actual real value to provide. Listen to me. No, I'm just kidding. Be careful what kind of content you consume. I would also say to take your time. Don't, blow your entire budget on ads, the first week. You want to scale slowly. So when you're testing, I like to start off with 3 to 5 creatives. I give it, obviously, I have a little more bankroll. But, if you're starting testing out, I would test out 3 to 5 creatives for at least 3 days. You need to give Meta a little bit of spend and some time to figure out who your target audience is. A lot of people, the first day or two, they get no sales and they're just like, they freak out and they pause their ads. And like, you have to go through that little period in the beginning where you're bleeding so Meta's pixel can learn, find data. And then Mark Zuckerberg is very smart and he's going to push your product to the exact buyer. But you need to rack up some conversions first. It's actually specifically 50 conversions within the first 7 days to leave the learning phase. But, sometimes it's quicker than that. You don't get sales after 3 days, cut it. If you're getting a lot of add to carts, or if you're getting a lot of website visits, like your cost per click is good, your CTR is good, your click-through rate, but people just aren't buying, it's probably a landing page problem. Your conversion rate is probably just low and your website's bad. But if your click-through rate is really low, like under 1.5%, that means people just aren't watching your ad. So it's probably a creative problem. So your hook on your ad is bad. You need to get people to stop scrolling. If you want them to watch your ad, press the ad, go to your website, and buy the product, you need to grab their attention. People have attention spans of fucking squirrels nowadays. So, yeah, that's some advice I would give to kids just starting out.
How do you balance your stores while you're taking classes, going out, working, partying, all that kind of stuff? Like when you were living at college, like how do you decide to balance all that? What were you doing?
It was not easy, honestly. Like, you saw me, I was definitely down bad at some points.
Yeah. Was somewhat noticeable.
I mean, everyone has their ups and downs in college. You know, sometimes you go a little bit off the deep end. Sometimes, you know, you crash out once in a while. It happens. Like, it's part of the game. But if you just kind of prioritize time management and, like, you can't be a bum. Like, as much as we talk about being degenerates and, like, going out, partying, you know.
You got to balance it. It's
consuming, yeah, things that are bad for your body and gambling, like, sure, that's cool if you want to call it that. Like, it's really not. But, like, it's fine to enjoy yourself. But, like, you got to, yeah, it's about balance. Yeah. Like, I always say, like, work hard, play hard.
Diplomas.
6th year cracking freshman still. You got to go to the gym, do your schoolwork, and then you can go to the bar and have 15 Jaeger bombs. You know what I mean? But, like, if you're not able to balance all that stuff, like, 6 of it. What are we doing? You need to put a tariff on this fucking podcast equipment, bro. Yo, let's start a podcast. Oh my god, we're actually cooked. Thank God I got a profitable store.
I mean, that's pretty much all I got for you. You said time and time again, bringing up your degenerate tendencies. What do you say we end this podcast all with a $500 hand of blackjack?
$500 hand?
1,000?
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna go get my computer. Boys, what better way to end the first ever podcast than throwing $1,000 on a hand of blackjack? I'm actually kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but gotta do what you gotta do. All right, the balance is loaded up. Can you see that? We got $1,000 in there. Time to cook, boys. Are you ready?
1,000.
Oh, why are we doing this, bro? What are we doing? All right. 14 against a 3. Have to stand.
You have to stand.
We have to stand.
You have to stand.
I kind of like this.
Monkey.
Stand.
Oh! Come on! Come on! Give me that! We do this!
That baby.
Let's go. Easy, bro. Oh. Yo, running back.
What a way to end the podcast.
Running back.
Nah.
We can't.
Yeah, we gotta run back. All right, one more. All right, we're doing 1,000. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, we're pissing this away. Easy.
16
Come on, 6.
That's the biggest bus card.
I know. Come on. We're standing.
Have to.
Come on! Let's go! You end the podcast, boys.
Let's go.
Stay tuned for the
Kitchen
next
money
one.
day.
We will be back. Hey, milk, Vegas. We will be back, boys. Follow me on TikTok at Ecomgom, Instagram at real Ecomgom, and subscribe if you want to see more dope shit. Peace out.